Hello! Hello everyone! Welcome to Ame Random Talk where we talk always every single thing random. Again, this is your host, Ame Gakita. And with the same as the person who talked with me about food the last previous one is Rizi.
And I just forgot my name. Yappy. How can I forget my name even though you just say it? Yappy.
Imagine if you just imagine like if you forget your own name. It's like imagine if I say I forgot I'm called Ame Gakita and I call myself another name. Everyone will be like, wait, what? Who are you again?
I almost say my real name. Yappy. That is something bad.
Yeah.
That is gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's a good thing that I actually mention your name first before you forget.
Usually everything, if I start to forget anything that I want to say, I will just go pause, do not say anything, or you're gonna mess up something.
Yeah, then I'll have to cut that out, or I just have to restart because this is at the start of the stream.
Yeah.
I mean recording, sorry. But anyway. The previous we were talking about food previously, but then again you wasn't feeling well. But anyway, I mean like there was some I think it was tech issue or was it? I can't remember anyway. But anyway, you're feeling okay today?
I have no idea.
Dude, it's your freaking body. How you not had no idea? Well, let's
Okay.
say it.
Okay. Okay, it is something weird that I have no idea if other people ever felt this. Imagine that, you do not feel any pain or anything, and just in a nick of second or near a minute, every pain that you did not feel before, they just came at that perfect timing.
Wow, damn.
So there's no choice just to embrace the pain for a few, I don't know, minutes, seconds, hours. I have no idea.
The only I mean, like technically that you need to take good care of your health, but I can only hope that your health will get better if once you. I mean, like as long as you slowly increase the number of food intake so that your body. I'm not sure though. I feel like your body just need the proper nutrition to, not just medication. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, they eat more medicine, you feel better. But then again, I was like, yeah, medicine alone is not enough though. You need a lot. You need to eat a little bit more. Because I'm not sure. Apparently, this is just apparently, alright. I might be wrong. Because I have seen how my dad lost a lot of weight due to. I mean, we only changed his diet a little bit, which is not wrong to lose his weight, but in a sense that after he's it's like he was back to the same weight after he stopped his medication. It's like in some way somehow some case, medication can also kind of eat into the nutrition of our food intake, if you know what I mean. So to some people who can't eat a lot, yeah, I can understand. I mean, Richard also can't eat a lot. So the only way I can recommend is that by increasing the amount slowly, by surely, not a lot, but just a little. Like if you eat one bowl of rice, then add 1.1 bowl of rice, just that 0.1, just a little bit more. But often more than that, instead of like just take the same and maybe add maybe a little bit of snack or maybe a little bit of cake or something that you like, and just to increase the amount of calories so that she can gain a little bit more weight. If not, it will be worse if her body doesn't have the enough nutrition or calorie to gain that weight, because it will be a huge problem. But anyway, enough of health issue. The last time we were talking about food. This time around, let's talk about games. And although if I say about talking about games, it's more like, in case anyone need to know, normally everyone who saw me who play games, right, will have noticed that it's two versions of me for some reason. It's like there is only one Ame Gakita, but there's like two versions of me when I'm playing games.
The one rarely see is the gremlin side, I guess. The other one is the quiet side. Am I wrong?
Not wrong. The gambling side is whenever I play game is unless when I'm really playing the game like okay. I mean like normally I would say the quiet side is the Zen mode. If anyone who notice me is that when I play games, the actual me in real life, I always play the game like very quietly. But okay. Okay, never mind. Just joking. But anyway, what I meant was to say is that doesn't mean that I will make noise when playing like competitive game. Let's say for example, Mario Kart. I won't say Mario Maker, but then like horror game that can make me like scared. I will also make some noise. Mario Maker because like Mario Maker, some of the part is like really can piss me off, but at the same time, some of the part is like it can also cause me to be like need to be very very careful. So not overreactive. I know some people might say like you are being overreactive. No, it's just that some part is like when you're so close to the ending and you just die and it's like oh the pain. But in some game, I stay very quiet because I'm really used to that. But it depends on the situation. Genshin wise, when people ask me for detail, I can play the game and still giving it like how to play Genshin. Number one, install the game. Number two, play the game. Number three, just continue to play the game, understand the mechanism of the tutorial or whatsoever. It's like that's how normally I would say. But talking during games and not talking during games, I mean it kind of depends on the situation because in competitive game it's like let's say for example like Mario Kart, right? Sometimes I was like when I in real life I always play Mario Kart. The Mario Kart, if you know about Mario Kart, I always play Mario Kart with my younger sister and or sometimes with my family or with her friends or my friends. Is that when we play very competitive and we'll sometimes just make some noise just to taunt the others or whatever. So there is a little bit of like been there, done that mentality where I will just make some noise whenever I play Mario Kart. So sometimes when people saw me play Mario Kart or Mario Maker, I will make some noise. That is one part. Second part, when why do I make scare noise when I play a game? I do not like horror stuff. I do not like scary stuff. I do not like bugs. So any of the three that happen in real life, I will be damn scared. And when I became damn scared, I will make a lot of noise. Then there is the final part where I use the quiet type. Normally I would call it the Zen mode because when even though I stay quiet, right? If I let you guys see my heart rate when I'm playing game doing that Zen, when I'm staying quiet, right? The heart rate can actually go high and up and down, up and down, up and down, like not like the average like 70, 80, 90, but actually more on the 90 to 100 to over up to a point of 140. It's like you can know that my heart is jumping very fast. I mean, like even when I play Monster Hunter or when I play Hatsune Miku or Genshin, like very quietly. Genshin is the one I don't think my heart rate will go that high, but when I play like a little bit of like I need to be very very careful type like Monster Hunter, then you'll definitely be seeing my heart rate jump actually somehow high because some part of the monster attack is very hard. Either it's very hard for me to predict at times, or I might get hit and I might gonna die. I might just panic a little bit. So yeah, that's how I always like. There's a few part of me when playing games. But overall, if I got no one to talk to or whatsoever, unless I'm playing horror game or unless I'm playing competitive game, normally I'll be very very quiet. Even off stream. Even off stream, right? If I play horror like competitive game, like sometimes when I play against other people, and I was like, when a person throw a shot at me, I'll be like, damn you, I'm gonna get my revenge, like that kind of noise. But if I'm playing like Monster Hunter, I'm also use it. I'll be like, when a monster hit me, I was like, oh or just or f or whatsoever. It's like all those just the noise, but then again I won't go and okay after that I was like okay back to normal. I'm dodging the monster attack, hitting the monster. Yeah, I'll be like okay just stay quiet. Yeah, that will be back to the usual me. That's how I would normally play games. I think for Rizi-san, in case anyone need to know, is that for my experience from looking how Rizi-san play game, is that she is mostly on the mute side.
Okay. I do talk, but most of the time I talk in Malay. So, not a lot of people gonna understand what in hell that I was talking at the time.
I mean, like, if for Malaysian people who if definitely they will be very happy to understand it, or they will just instantly, oh, I know what you're talking about.
To be honest, I'm really talkative even during games. Like any competitive games, I'm gonna be really talkative.
They show like a lot of people say that
It's
competitive. I feel like the
mm,
competitive game is like the part where we always tend to talk a lot though, like the communication. You know what I mean?
it's either talking or just mumbling, I guess.
Mm. I think it's probably. I mean, like even like when I was playing Mobile Legend, League of Legend, Dota in the past, if you don't communicate, people is not going to understand what you're doing.
Yep.
But at time when I'm playing like solo rank, let's say for say solo rank, when there's I'm not playing against a team up with random people. Every time when I do something is like sometimes I need to see how I have to like predict not just the enemy team, but I have to predict my own team. Doesn't make any sense. Like predicting my own team, what they're gonna do next, what kind of item they are going to buy, what kind of build are they going for, and then I have to like sometimes I go my standard build, but then I have to like predict my team. So it's like a lot of people ask me, why do I love to predict things? I used to do that. I've been technically like in real life trained to do that. Then after that, in playing games, I was like, well, in the past, I love to play mobile game in the past a lot, and I explain why I stopped playing mobile game. In a while, is that mobile game technically train me to learn how to predict other people. Like for example, predicting people what kind of move they might move, what kind of move they might like, what kind of jungle are they going to hit, or where are they hiding? Are they in that boost or whatsoever? Then after that, I need to predict my team. What kind of build are they going? What kind of the build are they going to ensure that we are going to defeat the enemy on? What kind of support should I be using to help my team? Or what kind of mid? Normally, I play mid or support most of the time. I often more than not, if there is a need for bottom lane, then I will play bottom lane as a carry. But often more than not, it's either these three that I play as. One of the thing of many things that I would say is that the hardest to predict for me is always not the enemy thing, because enemy thing is that you just need as a support or whatever, you need to be very careful. But you need to be careful about your own team, because sometimes your team might either rush into the enemy front line, or they might actually just run away without you realizing it. So it's like you have to not just predicting the enemy what they might do, but also need to test out what is your team trying to do next. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see why competitive is like you have to communicate, but for me, I can all go quiet on that part. But one of the reasons why sometimes when people ask me like what when I play game, why I tend to be very quiet on off stream a lot of the time is that when my mind is thinking, like predicting what is the movement next, what is the thing that I need to do next, what is the thing, everything, right, my mouth just shut, and that's my mouth just shut. But if I move my mouth a lot, sometimes I might forget. My mind will just will go into slow mode. It's like you kind of understand when I say my mind is like a old computer processor. It's like it is processing very very slowly. Either you do one thing or you cannot do another thing. It cannot multitask at all.
I guess it depending on the person.
Mhm. But when I'm playing other games, if anyone who notice me that sometimes when I play Monster Hunter is that I wouldn't say I won't make any noise, but if I like got hit by a monster, I would, oh shit, or normally I don't want to say the effort, but I would say uh
There actually there actually gonna be time that I just want to squish your face, just using the word. If you want to swear, just swear.
it's not that I don't want to swear. Don't get me wrong, guys. After like staying in Japan where you don't hear the F word like every single day in Japan, obviously you won't want to use the word itself, right? Not saying like the F word is not good. I mean like right now for some reason some of the Hololive members is really sometimes when I watch them gameplay is like suddenly you hear the word F word. I was like, wait, what? I'll try not to say any bad word. I mean, like, who know what, like, especially on Twitch or on YouTube when we are streaming, we wouldn't know when they might ban the video just because of that one vulgarity word. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm-mm.
But then again, right? No, I mean in the past when I started as not as a VTuber, okay. I started a VTuber in 2021. I just start streaming once in 2016. So if you guys want to go and check my first record of my first time when I start playing Monster Hunter World at that time. But the one thing I can say for sure is that I am actually on I did the same as what Rizi-san did in the past. Just mute. Mutiny. People come into the stream, don't answer anything. Say just in the mind say hello, but then you just play the game.
For me, it depends because even though I am quiet while playing games, because I can multitask, I will have a second keyboard next to me and just it's not wait. Why am I saying a second keyboard? I mean my phone. Like they can be dual. I forgot what it's called. Dual platform at the same time. Was it? So on your phone, you can use it to chat with people. Or on screen, laptop, you can just play games.
I did it once. I did it once. Basically, I was actually at that time I was streaming through directly by my PS4, and I was also streaming Monster Hunter at that time. So when I was actually using my phone to reply, and the person was like, "How are you playing the game while you are replying here?" And I was like, "I'm using my phone for goodness sake." Like it happened in 2018 or 19. I can't recall. I think it was 19. It happened once to me though. And after that incident, right, I buy a headset, add my voice in, doesn't work out well because despite saying hello, but the person is like, "Hi," and then just keep quiet.
And then leave.
Nah, not sure about the light part, but they never stay too long. I would say for sure.
Like okay, for my situation, it depends because sometimes I just say hi and then they say hi back, and then they actually reply more. I will go with wait. This person is kind of staying really too long. Wait.
I mean, as a streamer, sometimes people were saying like when we play game, when we stream, we should be talking a lot. There are two types of stream, okay, guys. There is a stream where the person talk a lot, and there's also the stream where the person don't even talk. I mean, like there is even cases where if some of the popular streamers don't, not all of them, okay. There are also popular streamer where they don't talk and yet people are still watching them.
Because some of them are actually muted, to be honest.
I mean,
so they actually could.
I mean, that is also one, but also don't forget that some people watch other people's stream is to take a look at how good they are.
Mm-mm.
I mean, like even if I say I'm good in games, right? I'm not the type. I'm really not the type to like pinpoint like I'm good in the game or something. I would just, and also one of the reasons why I don't like to do a walkthrough or a guide initially. I'm still thinking about it. Like every time when I say something, there will be one people or somehow, some way, someone love to make the loudest noise that, oh, I can do this, I can do that. You, oh no, your build is wrong, whatsoever. And it's like, dude,
That's actually quite annoying, to be honest.
they show. There's always that one person that is doing this though, and no offense to everyone who would love to do that, but something are impossible, and yet you say it's possible. So unless you prove it that it's possible, I don't like to do a walkthrough and then having people penalize it. It's not that I don't like the criticism. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's just that some people don't understand what kind. It's like some people who make the critic, right, don't understand what they're saying at time, and even if they don't understand what they're saying, it's one thing. What they say is wrong, but they think it's right.
Mm-mm.
And they keep on thinking they are right, even though they are wrong. If you know what I mean. So it's like
Mm-mm.
at times, because of that, right? I mean, like there was even one time when I decided before at the time I was like wanted to say I was going to create a random video, but then again at the time I was like, what kind of random video can I make? And I was like on the way of thinking of maybe just create a fun, nice little part where I keep on dying to the Monster Hunter in Monster Hunter World. Then, but in real life, I got not just work commitment. I also got school commitment and work commitment at the time. So kind of like in between, stop streaming. But when I started becoming streamer as a VTuber at the time, I was like slowly returning as back to streaming. But I mean, like it was more like it can't change my habit of playing games. Like playing some game, I will stay quiet. Playing some, but other I may make noise. So it's like you can't change that habit for some part. But there is one thing I would just say is for sure is that I can still talk when I'm sometime. Like not all games. Like maybe on Monster Hunter sometimes I can talk a little bit, but one game that I really can't talk is during when I'm playing Hatsune Miku Project Diva Mega 39. Is that even any rhythm game I will stay very, very quiet.
Yeah. You actually could not talk at all.
Okay, one of the reasons there is a single reason that I have to say why I stay quiet. When we play rhythm game, right? You do play rhythm game yourself, so you understand. Is that sometimes the rhythm, right, is due to the music. If you listen to the music while playing the music, it's like there is a beat to it. So sometimes you want to be absolute silent to listen to the music, so that when you press on the beat, it's on the right beat. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
That's why if I talk right, my ears will be hearing my voice, and if I say something, I might get distracted. So one of the reasons why I say whenever I play Hatsune Miku in the past, right, I keep on saying Zen no activate. It's like, yeah, basically I just want to stay quiet. I don't want to miss out anything. I mean, like Neji-san did once try talking to me a lot, and I still stay quiet. And even when I talk, I will just keep on missing the bit. It's because I'm not really that good in rhythm game where I can speak and press the right rhythm at the same time. It's like, unless there's something called the muscle memory where my hand can remember every single beat, where I can remember every single thing on where I should hit, where I should not hit. If not, often more than not, I will just I just can't remember every single thing. If that makes any sense.
Mm-mm.
so
Okay, most of the, I don't know about anyone else, but for me, any rhythm game or any level that you play is gonna keep on repeat, right? Like usually I will play the same thing over and over again at a point that I accidentally memorized the the keys, was it?
I mean, like technically you can call it the key or the beat or whatever. So I mean like the one I think the one thing is right. That is only if you keep on playing the same music again, again, and again, and again, and again. For me, I don't do that because I keep on playing different music. I keep on playing different beats. So there's no way for me to memorize on one. So and unless I keep on unless I keep on playing on one again and again and again and again and again. I think sometimes people when watching the stream they'll be like, yeah, I keep on listening to the same music, I might as well just leave the stream at all. Because the person will be like, oh, I'm just gonna hear the same music again and again and again. But I don't know. I mean, like personally for me, even if I play the same music again and again, off stream, let's say off stream.
Mm.
Even if I remember by hand muscle which beat is like which button, which beat, right? Sometimes when you stream the music, sometimes it's like the different mentality because you are streaming. It's like when you're off stream, you're just playing normally. In on stream, sometimes you have to take a look at the chat. Sometimes you have to take a look if anything might go wrong in the technical term, like for example disconnection or suddenly the screen ran red in the stream where people can't see your stream or whatever. It's like something you have to take note of those things while playing the game. So that will be a little bit on the distraction side, if you know what I mean. And like I mentioned earlier, when playing games, talking also may distract yourself from the game itself. So in a way, it might, I wouldn't say affect everyone. To me, it definitely affect. But to some other people, yes, no, I do not know. So I really dare say that on stream, playing on stream and playing off stream, it actually has a huge difference. So I guess it really depends on everyone though. But other than that,
Does it make sense? Okay, does it make sense if I say that it depends on your mentality at the time when you play the game?
not wrong. That is definitely not wrong. I mean, like everyone got this. It's like everyone got their own way of playing games. Some stay quiet, some make noise, some in between, some just shout. Like like sometimes when you watch YouTube video, like how the crazy, I would say crazy reaction, but like over the top reaction when they're playing the game. It's like when the monster hit them, it's like, oh my holy goodness, that is so like. And yet there's a lot of people, and then a lot of people go and press like because they like the way they react. To some people, yes, but then when I play, it's like when I play horror game, you guys definitely like it.
For me, yes, and also no, because it is too loud.
I won't deny that I am very loud. That's why I told you guys when I play horror game, I'm very loud. But when I playing other games, let's say the Mario Maker or maybe Inside Reaction, I would say, yeah, I think you just call it the Gremlin mode.
Sometimes I just let it play in the background and then it just scream out of nowhere. It's either I hit the phone or just off power the phone.
You know, like right now the phone, if only all the phone is like all the old Nokia style of durability, then even if you eat the phone won't break. Imagine imagine like okay, one of the reasons why I don't like to play horror game, especially if it's on the mobile phone, because imagine if you play on the mobile phone and then you just eat your phone across the room. Just because of one jump scare in between.
I have done it a few times, and surprisingly, some of the phone managed to survive, some got destroyed, I guess.
Yeah, the thing is, right, I got one of my old phone like got eat across the room when I was playing. I wouldn't say horror game. At the time, I was playing they call it the. I'm not sure what's the game name called again. It's something where you have to solve a puzzle, but then again, it's like something like a 3D imposter style. But I can't remember the game though. It's like basically some of the game, some of the character is like very horror looking. So so basically, is that you have to run from a person who is so-called a murderer from killing you, and the way the person just appear in you and try to murder you, it can be very like the jump scare moment is really out of nowhere though. So so yeah, I actually got one time I got so shocked to the point that I just eat across my room across the room, and it hit exactly at the wall. It didn't break the wall, which I'm very grateful because a lot of wall in Japan can be breakable like easily for some reason. Uh, don't ask me why. Go and check online. They say that Japan wall can be break easily if you punch it for some reason. And at the time, I was very grateful that it didn't break through the wall, but my phone kind of like break in half. And when I say break in half, it's not like break in like Kit Kat style. It's more like the screen got sent out of the phone. If that one if you understand what I mean. So you can basically see the inside. And do I kind of regret because I throw the phone? You guys don't need to worry. That phone at the time was just a spare phone for me to a free spare phone for me to use, and it at the time it was already on the slow side, but I still using it for play a simple game, and kind of like give me the reason to just not eat the phone away, but more like really toss the phone away because it's already spoiled. I mean like we technically have to throw I mean like technically how I mean like I don't keep old phone if possible. If the old phone is I mean like if the phone is really got all the information, I'll try to erase all the information inside, but often more than not I will just kind of like throw it like deposit like go to the shop and tell them where can I throw the phone away, and they say, oh, here, and then I'll just throw the phone to them and don't care about it, you know what I mean? That's why I got like if I keep them, I'll be like one iPhone 7, one iPhone 11, one iPhone X, and then one Huawei, one Android, one whatsoever. It's like people gonna say, "Oh man, how many phones do you have?" No, it's just two only right now. Actually, more like how many phones have you changed in your life?
Okay. Change because it broke or change it because you wanted to change it?
Both. I will tell you how much I will change in my life. I'm not saying change my personally, but how many phones I changed in my life later. I'll do a counting like one by one, but you can even list them out and count along each time. Or do you want me to do as an example? As an example, like my first phone, Nokia 8250.
Up to you, I guess.
So it's like the first I got my first Nokia phone. Then after that, in Singapore they say that phone change every 2 years because of the contract. So I got a new phone 2 years later, and that phone was I can't recall the model, but it was a colored Nokia phone. Then after that, I remember I changed it to a different one, which is a small little, I think like it's worse than Blueberry and Blueberry or whatever the phone that is. It's just a square tiny little phone at the time. And after that I changed back to Nokia. At the time it was still Nokia. It was right before iPhone, so Nokia. Then after that I remember changing to iPhone. I can't remember which series was it. I think it was I can't remember, is it iPhone 4 or iPhone 5? I can't recall which one was it. So one iPhone. Then after that iPhone 7. Then after come to Japan, iPhone 7 to iPhone 11. And I got another one is after coming to Japan I got one Android phone, one Huawei phone, and right now I using iPhone X as the third replacement. So I guess total up in life I got 10 phone.
That's a little,
No,
I mean, a small amount.
not a lot, right? A lot of people is like, oh, man, you are very old. You should have a lot of phone. Mind you guys, I don't change my phone every single year. After iPhone 4 or iPhone 5 that time, because I used an iPhone 7 for 4 year and a half. Wasn't 4 year and a half.
Mm-mm.
4 year and a half in Japan, 1 year in Singapore. Okay, around 5 years. I used the iPhone 7 for 5 years plus. So it's like I'm not the. I mean, like, if I can save the money to use it on others, I will not use it on phone though. I'm not like everyone's like, oh, new year, new iPhone, new year, new iPhone. Do you think I'm making off money trees?
Like for me, I think around fifth. Wait, not 50. Wait, wrong, wrong. It's someone. It's not. It's not 50. I did not own that much phone.
50,
Uh,
50. Imagine you say 50.
no, 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 no.
I'll be like questioning. Wow, are you taking phone like throwing out to the sea or throwing out?
No, no, no. I misspoke. I misspoke. It's not 50. I think around 12, I guess, including the Nokia phones.
12. That's one more than me.
Okay. The reason why, because one phone was actually been taken away by the teacher, and afterwards I actually forgot. And amazingly, I forgot for 1 year about the phone.
And
So
no one actually call
it's
you.
considered lost.
No one actually like consider like calling you, or maybe like your teacher use the phone to call back or to check who's the phone belong to. Like nothing.
Nothing. Because the school policy at the time was that they will power off the phone and keep it away. So if nobody actually claim it around 3 or I forgot 4 or 5 months, if I'm not mistaken, at the time, will be thrown away. And I actually forgot throughout the whole year until one of my friends uses the same model of the Nokia phone that I just remembered. That saying that, oh, my phone just got taken away by the teacher and I forgot to pay the confinement, was it?
Well, forget it then. Forget it. Really, I mean, like way better than I remember. I watched some online video. I think it was they say it came in Indonesia. I might be wrong, saying that a school in that country confiscate everyone who bring their phone to school, and instead of returning it, what the school did was use a hammer and smack every phone until they spoil in front of the whole school.
That one guy. Yeah, it's Indonesian.
It was Indonesia. Personally, to me, right, people will be like, "Oh, they just proved to the student that they should not bring the phone to school." Secondly, I think the teacher must be an idiot, because the one thing is that if the parent say that they shouldn't bring the phone to school, right? I think the parents can actually sue the school for damaging their student phone, because the thing is that a lot of people. I mean, like the one thing is that the parents can actually just argue that I need the safety of my child. If anything happened to my child, how are you going to pay for it? Having a phone on it's like a lot of people they don't understand is that the funny thing is that this is the same reason why my sister actually got a phone at a younger age than me, was that my parents just give the answer. If anything happened to our child, a phone at least can help in some way somehow, somewhat. So
Mm-mm.
they give a phone to my younger sister. And I was like, dude, when I was younger, I want the phone. You guys say don't want to give it to me. I must wait until I'm much older, then I can get a phone. That's why earlier when I count the number of phone, right, it's not a lot. Yes, it's not a lot, but I wasn't really given a chance to use a phone like even when I go into the military. I think I have to add one more to it, around up to 11. Sorry, not 10, 11, because even in military, when I was in military, I got one phone, but the phone is also like cannot use camera, cannot use whatsoever, or can only use support to pick up phone. But I have to wait for I have to like everyone just use use a phone. My phone can do this, my phone can do that. But then again, at the time I was like, my phone can't. My phone don't have camera. My phone don't have anything, because in military they don't want the phone to like go and take the video of the camera of the internal quarter or internal cam and then show it to the people because it would be considered a military leak. And I was at the time was like, okay, so no camera phone, and then no camera phone is like at that generation it's still a thing. Don't get me wrong, but it was very very limited and very cheap and very lousy. And right now they say that you can bring a camera phone in, but then just make sure that you don't use the camera in camp. And I was like, lucky bastard, future generation. But then again, I guess it's way better than my previous generation, where in the past, in the past they don't even have phone, so there is like everyone like queuing up for the phone booth, the telephone booth, and trying to like everyone trying to call, and everyone have to wait for the person to call and then listen to the person talk, and then okay, next in line have to queue up. So it's like at the telephone booth everyone will be like queuing up all the way, like long. But right now it's like, just have your own phone. It's so easy. And anything happen, you can pick up 999 or 995. Anything happen, very instant fast. That is the number for Singapore emergency number. But I mean, like, having a phone is actually help a lot. Imagine, I mean, like, but like, phone is really important in our life. I mean, like, right now everyone is like, the first thing everyone you see a young kid is like having a phone on them. So when I saw the school the video when they say, the teacher just use a hammer to smack every phone until they spoil. No, first thing for sure, the phone is definitely not cheap. Secondly, if they say they are punishing the student, there is other alternative. Chat with the parents or something. Why do you have to smack? Because the thing is that who pay for the phone? The parents, definitely not the children.
Okay. Usually, okay. My youngest brother, my parents said that he could not get it's not iPhone, it's more to a touchscreen phone, right? Is it because he is not old enough, so he just need to use a Nokia phone? I just say, okay, but afterwards after I got, like, I won a gift box, was it? So I got an iPhone from it. I used the iPhone and give my phone to my younger brother. I just told him, don't tell don't tell mom and dad, okay? But if needed to go to school, I just say to him, carry the Nokia phone, because it's not because it's more sturdy, but more easier because it does not have any cameras, but I can still detect where the phone is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the GPS. It still work on the older phone in some way. There's still a little bit of tracking.
Okay, I still remember that. Okay, if you're using a smartphone, if you off the GPS, nobody can track you. But if still using the Nokia or old button phone, you can still detect, because there is no way you can on or off the GPS.
Yeah. the older phone, all of them doesn't have the off tracking by default, right?
Mhm.
All phones actually have the GPS tracking. It's just that the newer generation you can off it. Personally, I prefer them not to set it off for some because it's like maybe to some people they don't want to get tracked. Yes, I can understand. If you are hiding from stalker, yeah, definitely you want to off it. But
Mhm.
like if you are tracking your own family members, your own friends, or even your dog, definitely you want the tracker to be on no matter what. Like
Mhm.
it really depends on the situation because the last thing you want is having something when missing because from what I seen online about like missing cases, right? Often more than not,
Mhm.
it's always the person get easily tracked by using the phone, or a tracker machine on a tracking machine on the person. I'm not saying like they really have to put a tracking machine or anything because like like some pets, right?
Mhm.
Their collar got some sort of tracking machine on it. It's like technically it's for the owner to see where their pet is hiding, and it's definitely not cheap. Even though it's just a chip on the collar, but it really help people to like find the missing person or the missing pets, and it in in a case like for missing person cases, right? If they are holding to a phone and they don't use the phone, at least the GPS will be able to trace them where they are. Or in the case like for example like touch wood, murder cases or kidnap case, able to track
Mhm.
where the phone is at or the last signal when they went offline. Like for example, the person might realize that the person had a phone. A lot of people will switch off the phone first for them, so that and then the thing is like for the police, they can just track where the person GPS was at the last time, and they can track, they can search, they can start their search from the last signals area,
Mhm.
which so far I've seen a lot of cases that it helped to solve many cases. There are so many cases that is still unsolved, but it do help a lot of the cases, or at least help to facilitate a lot of the cases in some way, somehow, somewhat. So I personally do not, I can't see why some people just like they say that oh we want to switch off the phone. I mean like unless you are doing something that is you do not want to get trapped by a stalker, then yeah I can understand. But some people like who are doing something that is on the dark side, yeah. Why are you offing your GPS? That is very very sus. And then and then there will be a dot and then in real life someone play the imposter music.
Um,
But then again, what do you think though? I mean, like at least, I mean, like, do you even tell your brother like, don't bring bring the Nokia phone to school, don't bring the smartphone to school? Imagine like if you're, I mean, like you have, I thought that you would actually tell him that oh, the reason why you should not bring in case that if confiscated, at least the Nokia is not worth much.
no, no, I did not say that because okay. First of all, not a lot of people know how to check the GPS on the button phone.
True.
Like for me and my mom only know how to track it. My dad and my second brother actually do not know. So in if he actually went missing or we could not find him,
Mm.
at least we can still track him
Ah.
because okay, they just did from my area because there's a lot of kids that keep went missing because they actually did not know how, their own parents sadly.
Oh God.
They got kidnapped because they did not remember their own parents' face.
That is a very
And,
huge problem though.
yep. So, like before this, when my younger brother was in the first year of his school,
Mm-mm.
Usually I will bring around a flag. It sounds crazy, but because okay, imagine a crowd of people, so there's no way he gonna see it because he is small and yeah. So usually I will bring a pole and tie up a flag or any cloth onto it and just wave it around.
I can just imagine that
But
everyone in the surrounding is like, what is this young little girl doing?
okay, for the teachers that is in the school actually already know who I am. So when I carry the flag, most people just know, ah, hey kid, that's your sister. Go to your sister right now lah.
No, too used to it already, guys.
But after a few months afterwards, a lot of parents had tried to copy my technique, so I could not use that technique anymore, sadly.
To them, it's like, that is a very nice technique. I shall copy and paste.
It looks stupid, but at the same time, it works.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, definitely, I would say it's stupid for. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. It's actually a very genius, a very simple genius way of, because technically, when you're at that age, you are not that tall, and in the crowd, definitely you want something to stand out. So it's not wrong. Don't get me wrong. But why do other people also start following it just because? Is it like can't you think of any other way? Like people are going to get confused about is it because the thing is that unless they do something like uh okay, one of the things that I used to do in the past when I need to go and pick up my sister, because I was like, I went to the same school as my younger sister at the time, because it's like my sister. And the thing is that the school at the time actually give a permission for like those with those who got elder brother or elder sister. Those elder brother and sister can get like 3 to 5 minutes before the last school bell rang, to pick up their younger sibling and get out of the school first. So I did that for 3 years. I can't recall how many years, but around 2-3 years, I think I did that. Because when my sister enrolled, I bring her up. So I did it for 2-3 years. And the funny thing was that when I bring my younger sister, like when I go and find my younger sister, is that because I have to ask, like every time when my sister go, it's like I have to ask, younger sister, what is your last lesson? Like before we go to school, it's like, younger sister, what is your last lesson? Which class will you be at? And when I go to the classroom, right? Sometimes it's like some people, like students, it's like, oh, we want to get off school as soon as possible. So there will be like other student that is way earlier than me. So when I go to that place, when we go down to the classroom of our sibling, some teacher don't want to let their student off first. Like some teacher is just like, I want to make sure that you guys learn this. So even if the school bell rang, I'm not going to let you off. So there's that kind of teacher. So basically, one funny thing is that when I went to the classroom, not into the classroom, as in waiting outside, I was like, need to see where my younger sister was sitting, or because sometimes like sometimes the teacher might don't want them to sit at the same place. They want to like, oh, you change that, change that. It's like they want them to change so that they can don't sit near to their own friend, and they will just stay quiet and listen to class. So they are that kind of teacher. So basically, what I did was, I went to the classroom. I looked from the window because the window is always open, or so I was like looking through the window. Everyone is like looking through the door or waiting from the door, and I was like looking at the window, and I just do a funny face. Like staring into the classroom, but look like doing a funny face, and the teacher will be like just staring at me, like just try not to laugh, but staring, and everyone was just, and all the students will be looking at the window, and when my younger sister looked at me, a lot of students are laughing, but my sister will be like, oh, and I'll be like, oh, there you are. because when they all turn their face at me, I'll be, oh, I can see where my younger sister is.
Well, true.
And then my younger sister will be like, will do one reaction, will basically just cover her face.
Well, of course, she's gonna cover her face.
Yeah, but after that she got so used to it. But then again, I think like a lot of people just did that. The same thing, like look through the window, do some funny face or whatever. But other than that, I think they only do it a few times, and later on I remember like the same teacher. The thing is that when I walked, there was one funny thing is that the same teacher again. I just only walked through the classroom through the window. I was going through at the window, and then the teacher will be like, "Okay, class end. I don't want to see your funny face. Get the class end, class end." Because I will be like just standing there trying to make a funny face or doing something stupid at the window.
Okay, there's something that. Okay, I do not know about other people, but it happened to me once.
Mm-hmm.
That this teacher actually got called to a meeting and they go because there were two sections, which is the morning section and the evening section. Because I was in the morning section and the youngest one was in the evening section, so I got to go home a little early due to it. But because the evening section is still not done in the middle school, so I just went up to his class and just wait. And then one of the teachers that already knew me, she just said that, can you control the class for a second because the headmaster is calling for all the teachers. Call your own prefect lah. So by accident, I actually need to become a volunteer for that day.
Wow.
And it is for 4 freaking hours that I waited for that teacher.
Do you do anything during the 4 hours of waiting? Like maybe like school doing like any school homework that they was given on the day, or like
okay. If a 7-year-old, if you ask them to do homework, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
Understandable.
So this actually just Malaysian, I think. The old games that we used to play in the classroom.
Board game?
Those is the eraser challenge, was it?
You mean, when you say eraser, there's a lot of type of eraser. The one that is the like all the different flag from different country, and then we do a flip over other people.
That one.
That one. Okay, I understand already. Okay, in case anyone need to understand what kind of, there is actually a kind of eraser that is self-contained. Where basically the eraser, one side is the flag of the country, the other side is empty, and the purpose of the thing is that we take it as a head and tail flag. Even though it's an eraser, it's still head and tail. So basically, what we take it like we call it the eraser war. Where we call it the eraser war, where basically we take, because it's with two country, where we have to try to flip our eraser over the other eraser. We cannot use like just take it and put it on top. We have to flip it. Sometimes we can use strength to flip it to make it jump a bit further, or sometimes we can just slightly do a slight one so that it can just flip just only once, and or touch it a little bit, kind of like tick a little bit so that it will just move a little bit more. As long as move, it is considered a move. So you're trying to like flip it over the erase of, so that in order to win, there is two ways. One is if the person flip the eraser too far off the table, because the table is normally a small square table. For a young student, it's not that big, so it can be flipped off the table or smack through the table. Another way is when you use the eraser to like I mentioned, use more like you tick, you kind of like shoot your eraser using hitting the other eraser off the table, or you flip your eraser over the other eraser. So this is one of the way to win.
Mm-mm.
It's very simple, but in a generation where there is no smartphone, you have to understand we have to think of all the stupid games just to entertain ourselves.
Okay, that's one of it, and the second one was I forgot what it's called. Ice cream stick, was it in English?
I wouldn't say it called ice cream stick. Isn't it called like the are you referring to the long stick? Not too long, but long stick where there is many different colors.
Mm-mm.
And
Because in Malaysia we just call it batang ice cream, which is ice cream stick.
okay, in case anyone need to know, it's basically like neither long stick, neither stout, not too needly pointy, but it's like neither thin stick.
Oh no, not that one. It's actually like a ice cream stick.
Oh, you mean the flat one?
Mm-mm.
There is. Wait, what was the game for that again? I can't recall.
I don't know because in Malay we just call it permainan batang ice cream.
Yep. I can't. I remember there was the ice cream stick. If you're referring, I thought you were referring to another stick. Yeah, I remember
No.
that. I remember there is a game for that, but I can't recall how to play that again. Really.
Okay, most easier. You need to hit the table at the point that it can came out the air from it. It's similar to the eraser one, but just you could not touch it.
Ah. Yeah, you cannot touch it. Yeah, I think I understand really. Another one, right? I'm not sure. This one is have to use your leg and your hand and your balance.
Which one was it?
There's one game that basically 2-person. I actually played this with some of my friends in Japan. They were actually very happy to play such a game for some reason. And I was like, so basically, you know, like we got 2 legs. You put one of your leg in front of your leg.
Mm-hmm.
So, like example, you put your left leg in front of your right leg, so that you're like standing in one line, like you're doing some sort of like doing some sort of like balancing, okay? Like you're walking on the wire kind of like style. Your friend do the same thing, and the thing is that the first feet must touch each other. The thing is, right, the person will play rock paper scissors or scissors paper stone or whichever name we call it, 将跟巴 or 石头剪刀布 or whichever like all the different thing. As long as rock paper scissors, the person who win, right, will move the front leg towards to the back leg, to the heel side, still in the same way at the balancing side, but it's like you're moving backwards. The one who lose have to move the front leg forward, but retaining the position of the back leg.
Oh, I think I know which one.
And in order to win, the thing is that the game can only be win when the person who lose the balance. And so it's like if you keep winning, you move backwards all the way, and then the person have to keep on moving frontward, but we cannot move our back leg.
Okay, the one that I remember was that I used to play that game with someone that I know in the 5th or 6th grade. Because me and that person is quite flexible, you can say, so we can do a full split.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So at the point that and keep in mind, this is actually a competition that the school did. So I forgot how long, but both of us did not lose. So we just went with who want to lose.
The thing is, right, there were some people who try to purposely lose a few rounds. so that they can get as further as possible, so that when they win, they can move back all the way. The thing is, right, the actual way to win, right, is that you cannot touch the ground using your hand. You have to try moving up back on your own. Because if you fall, it's still your loss. That's the whole point of the game. So it's like sometimes some people like with long leg, that is the worst game to play against. Or people who can do a leg split, that is also the worst game to play against. So I remember there was one time when my friend were playing, both of them to playing. I teach them the rules. They played it. They fell in love with it because it was so simple and so stupid. Because it tests not just your balance, it's also tests your balance, it also tests your luck on the rock paper scissors. It also tests on whether do you want to like your not your how good is your balancing, your leg split, everything. So it kind of like play every single thing in. So like one of my friends, which she like was winning, and then saying she lost. He was like winning, after lost. And then my other friend was like very good with the leg balance. So she moved all the way back. And because the one who lost that round was like unable to move, was like she have to move her front leg forward now. So she moved it so fast, she lost her balance and she fell. And she was like, "Don't say it's so stupid," but I was like, "Yeah, this is how the game works." It's like you can win a lot at the same time, but when you lost and you have to move back, that is when your skill of balancing is in play already. So it's like you can win many rounds, but then you lose it, and you lost the whole game because you lost your balance. So it's really have to be very, very careful. Like sometimes you have to be careful. Like, do you want to win a lot? Do you want to lose a lot? Sometimes if you win non-stop, are good for you. But if you win a lot, but then you lose one, and that will be, you have to be very careful with your leg balance. That is an old game that I used to play a lot. And I teach some of my friends, and they were like, they played it, they were like, "This is so stupid, but this is so fun."
The one I remember was another one. This was more to a village side game. You know how to play takraw, right?
Play what?
Are you familiar what takraw is?
Are you referring to the food taco? Why?
Okay, that's actually the original way how to play it. But for a village side, take an eraser, took 2 or 3 feathers, and just put it together, and you got yourself a taco that you need to avoid it. Like the way how you play is same as taco. You could not let it go onto the ground.
Huh.
I don't think that you guys have that.
I think I heard of that, but I don't think we ever played that.
That is the hardest one for me. And the second one was that I forgot what this game called because I did not play it for a really long time. Oh yeah, I remember. In Malay, we call it lempa selipa. It means that you need to use your slippers, make a pyramid. It's gonna be two groups. One that need to destroy the pyramid, and another one needs to build a pyramid.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But because it said that use your own slippers, so in the chance that a person gonna have a really hard slipper and you got hit on the face, it's not gonna be fun anymore.
But then again, right? I mean, like, let's be real, because most of the old game, right? When there's not, it's like those game, right? It's like you're playing with friends face to face, or people that you don't know, but basically most of the time it's playing with friends face to face. It's like we can. Technically, we will react a little bit, like showing an angry face or showing a exciting face or panicking face. Like it's like all the reaction is there. unlike in modern time where we, no matter how much we show in real life or as a VTuber, it's very hard to describe our face reaction. So it's like sometimes when it's like we have to use our voice to indicate what happened. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
So it's like sometimes when we play games, right? The thing is, right? I think somewhere midway along the way, I just play games quietly. That's why it's like sometimes I say I used to play a lot of games that you need a lot of people to play. So I was like, yeah, that time I was extrovert. And then meanwhile I became introvert. And then now I became half and half.
For me, I'm still ambivert, but due to my situation, I could not be an extrovert.
I mean, like some people who keep saying like I'm an introvert who is hiding behind a mask. Do an introvert like me doesn't dare to go out and do work? Normally, not most introvert won't want to go out already, right? Or do anything. It's like, yeah, I won't be wrong if I don't have that feeling. I mean, like, if I can don't work, don't work. But at the same time, I mean, like the way I speak to people, maybe to some people will be like, hey, you sound like an introvert. Yeah, if you don't understand, if you meet me in real life, I speak to you like this, yes, definitely people gonna misunderstand me as an extrovert because I was when I was young. Like playing with friends, talking to friends, doing it's like everything wasn't online. But once everything start going online, like online messaging whatsoever, it's like you slowly lose the meaning to like you just if I want to talk to a friend, I'll just online message. Or I want to talk to a friend, I'll just message send. You know, like you just slowly lose the moment to speak with friends or anything in real life, you know what I mean? And right now, like when people ask me like, am I an introvert or extrovert? Both and both. One of the reasons why I say that is that if I'm an introvert, I won't be talking a lot in my stream. Or making weird noise or like able to talk to other people. It's like the way I talk will be very, very different. It's just that in off stream mode, it's like in off stream mode, I'm very, very quiet. It's that I need my time to rest. I need my time to rest my voice. I need time to relax and whatsoever. So it kind of like play into that part. You kind of play into that part. But at the end of the day, it's like some people just say that, oh, you should talk more, you should whatsoever. Yeah. Yes and no. It depends. If you know what I mean. But I guess it depends on some people though. What do you think though? Richie-san? Are you still there? Richie-san? Or is there something connection issue? Is this oh dear me? Do I have to wait for this call? Oh well. Uh... Richie-san? Are you still there? Hmm. But in case anyone is still wondering, there are just so many games in the past that is so stupid and so funny. I mean, like, if you guys want, you guys can try it next time too. But the tomate. Richie-san, are you still there? Hmm. Oh well. Uh, Richie-san. Guess we have to end the stream now here then. Again. Okay. Guess I will have to end the stream now then.
Yeah.
Ah. Are you better now? That took quite a few moments. I couldn't talk much because I was thinking of ending the podcast.
But yeah, because I try to make it quick as possible, and it's good, but at the same time bad.
Actually, I was thinking of ending it right now. Don't need to worry because actually my throat is also not getting out. I was drinking some water, but then my throat is getting bad though.
Okay.
I think it's also not just. I think it's also time for us to rest up properly. We should properly rest up.
Never.
Yeah. Oi, whenever. We should. So with that being said, although there was quite a 5-10 minutes of pause, my apologies, guys. But you managed to walk all the way to here, and I didn't talk much. Sorry, because my voice was also slowly losing my voice. So with that being said, if you're watching this in the morning, have a good day. If you're watching this at night time, have a good night rest. This Ame rendered top with the host Ame Gakita and Rizi-san, which you can follow us at all the link in the description below. I'm too lazy and too tired to say what is it anymore. And have a good day or night.